Hey, first graders, welcome back to math. We've been talking a lot about story problems recently, especially using how we can use cubes. And I'm just going to remind us really quickly about cubes before we jump into more of our story problems, this time story problems with subtraction. So I just want to remind us about cubes. Remember that C in cube stands for circle the numbers, U, underline the question, B, box the math action words, E, write the equation, S, draw a picture, and solve. Remember to always use your labels. All right, first grade friends, let's dive right on in here. I am going to talk about our math equation, our math story here, and let's use our cubes to get through it. I just noticed I had a typo, and I'm going to fix that for us. All right, first graders. So I'm going to read our question to us, and then we'll dive right on in and use our cubes, and then we'll look at today's assignment, and we'll go through some of those questions as well there. So all right, so there are eight penguins. 3 dive into the water. How many are left? Well, let's go ahead and start with our C, which is our circle the numbers. So I'm going to circle our numbers here. I have an 8 and a 3. I'm remembering 8's my largest. This is subtraction, so I know that 8's probably going to go first because when we're subtracting, we always start with our biggest number. There are 8 penguins. 3 dive off of the water. So how many are left? Here's my question. I'm going to underline that because remember U stands for underline the question. So I'm going to underline that. Now B, box the math action words. This is tricky because we've got some new math action words that I want us to focus on today. When you are dealing with subtraction, some of those math action words you want to look at are lose, left, away. You're looking for these words to help you understand if it's subtraction, addition, or what it is. So I'm looking right away left. I see how many are left on the ice. So there's my math action word. Kind of put that box around it. Now I'm going to go ahead and write an equation. I know I'm subtraction and I start with my biggest number, and 8's that biggest number. So I'm going to go ahead and write my 8. All right. And I know, like I said, subtraction, so I'm taking away from it. 8. And then it says 3 penguins dive off the water. Well, that probably means that I'm losing 3 penguins, and now it wants me to figure out how many are left. Well, I've got my 8 penguins here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3 dive off. Now I'm going to look at it and I'm going to see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. You have some pieces at home that you can use to do these here. But I used a tool here. I'm going to do 5. I am going to draw a picture though to just double check. And I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to cross out 3, 1, 2, 3, leaving me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now, what was I working with? Bananas, chickens, apples? I'm working with penguins. Gotta always remember that I need to have my label. All right. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our first question today. There's only 3, so this should be a nice, quick, easy practice for you. And then I would like you to practice some subtraction on Prodigy today. Let's start looking at our first one. There are 8 flies on a log. 6 are eaten by a frog. How many flies are left? Now, remember, first graders, just because you see a picture here doesn't mean that that's actually the label, and you need to pay very close attention to that. We have a picture of a frog here, but it's talking about flies. So you don't want to get messed up on that, all right? You want to pay very close attention. Now, I'm going to help us get started, and I'm going to say, okay, I see 8 and a 6. Now, I know that I'm going to start with 8 because there's 8 flies on a log. So looking at my 8 and my 6. How many flies are left? Like I said, we're using flies. Left is my box action word. So I know that math action word. So I'm going to 8 minus 6 equals what? And that's what I'm trying to solve there. So that's what I want us to focus on today is I want us to work on our fun subtraction word problems and story problems today. I know this was a quick lesson. We're going to spend another day tomorrow working on subtraction story problems as well. These are simple. It's just taking something and taking something away. We've already done subtraction really well. This should be a nice, easy task for us today. Make sure you get a lot of practice in on Prodigy as well. Thank you, first graders, for stopping by today. Have a good one.